What's going on, everybody? Austin Got Figs here, and welcome back to another video. And in today's video, we will be going over the July 18th, 2025 Smackdown recap. We go over everything that happened in the show and everything important that you need to know. And at the end of the video, I give my overall thoughts on the show. And obviously, you guys can leave me your thoughts on this show down in the comments below. But without further ado, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and you can even go follow my socials, and the links to those will be in the description below on this video. But without further ado, let's get right on into the recap. Alright, so first we kicked it off with Charlotte Flair versus Raquel Rodriguez, and I gotta be honest, this match was a doozy. It was not very good, man, especially if we're considering that this was the opener to the show. Ugh, man, it was not a big fan of it, man. Nothing really had me intrigued. Now, I will say I actually enjoyed Charlotte's entrance with Alexa, because it was cool to kind of see that like big sister being Charlotte and the little and kind of annoying but also smart at the same time sister being Alexa Bliss. But as far as the overall match and in-ring, was not a big fan of it. Did not think it was very great. As far as the kicking off a show, this match should not have kicked off the show. I just was not really too big on this match at all. But yeah, man, just nothing too special here. But as far as our winner, we did have Charlotte Flair win with the help of her partner Alexa Bliss, which was actually, I will say, it was kind of intriguing to see Raquel win, who was a Raquel lose, who was a tag team champion. It was kind of interesting and intriguing to see her lose. So I was kind of shocked by that, but pretty cool though. I mean, just was not expecting that, but we'll see where things go from there. But that really wraps it up here. Now let's move on to the next part of the show. Alright, now we move on to actually a pretty damn good match, man, between Carmelo Hayes and Damian Priest. And man, like I said, this was actually a pretty good match. I would have preferred this to open the show rather than the Charlotte match, but it didn't open the show, and it's whatever. But we still had a banger match. I feel like it was pretty damn good. I enjoyed some of the moves that Carmelo pulled off, and I enjoyed some of the moves that Damian Priest pulled off, and I was a lot more intrigued in this match than I was the actual opener. So just overall was a big fan of this match. I kind of wish it did end in a normal contest with a pin, but no, it did not, because we did have Aleister Black come out and interrupt the match, and he attacked Damian Priest, which caused a disqualification. So obviously this match was, of course, mainly to build more feud and just tension between Priest and Aleister Black. But it was pretty cool to get a pretty decent match out of it as well between Priest and Carmelo Hayes. But I really did enjoy this match. Thought it was very nice, and it kind of sucked to see Aleister interrupt it, but I figured that was going to happen anyways. And I just wish we run back Damian Priest and Carmelo again, because I kind of want to see that match again. I thought it was pretty damn good. But without further ado, let's move on to the next part of the show. All right, now we move on to Solo Sikoa and his bloodline, or whatever you want to call him these days, his team, his group, whatever. They came out, and Solo continued to go on with the fact that he thinks that he created Jacob Fatu. He's the reason Jacob Fatu has had any of the opportunities that he's ever had, and without me, he is nothing, and he is reckless. Then we had Jacob Fatu actually come out, and then we had a all-out brawl between Jacob Fatu with Jimmy Uso, and they attacked Solo Sikoa and his entire group, man. Just an all-out brawl for at least a good few minutes, man. We had a big all-out brawl, so I thought it was pretty cool. Just a big brawl with lots of built-up aggression, but that aggression will be settled at SummerSlam, because Adam Pearce came out and said at SummerSlam, Jacob Fatu will get a championship match for the United States Championship against Solo Sikoa inside a steel cage. So I cannot wait for that match personally, man. I really did want I wanted them to run it back from what they had at Night of Champions with Solo and Fatu. And this time I hope the match is even better, man. Especially that it's going to be in a steel cage. I hope there is lots of kind of just brutality, man. I hope this match that they have at SummerSlam really portrays and really gives off the idea of lots of aggression and hatred between the two men. So definitely cannot wait for that. But as far as this segment goes, it was very cool to see an all-out brawl tonight. Very awesome. Liked it. I personally enjoyed it, and I cannot wait for that match at SummerSlam. All right, next up we did have Stephanie Vaquer versus Alba Fire, and I don't even know how to rate this match because it was like literally maybe 2.5 minutes long. I'm not completely sure, but it was definitely under 3 minutes, or if not 3 minutes, man. So I don't know how to rate this match, honestly. We'll just talk about what happened. So Stephanie Vaquer basically hit the Devil's Kiss, and then after that it was kind of a little bit of a back and forth, and then she finally hit the SVB and took out Alba Fire, and Stephanie Vaquer picked up the win. Then we had a post-match attack where, of course, Piper Niven came in and attacked Stephanie Vaquer. Now, there's really not much else to talk about here, so I don't really know how to grade this part of the show because it was genuinely so short. So we're just going to leave it at that, and we're going to move on. All right, man, and what a match that we're about to talk about right now, man. We had the number one contender Fatal 4-Way tag match for a shot at the tag titles on Smackdown next week. It took place between Andrade and Rey Fenix and Aphraxium, then Motor City Machine Guns, and then DIY. And what a damn match that this was, man. This match was an absolute heater. It was awesome. It was action-packed, and I freaking loved it. And as far as our winners, we had the outcome of Andrade and Rey Fenix winning, and they will go on to challenge for the titles next week at SmackDown. And honestly, I was a bit surprised by the result of the winners because we know that Andrade and Rey Fenix, they were kind of, just pushed together and into a tag team they went, but they're not really a actual tag team. And when I mean an actual tag team, I mean they're a tag team that don't have a name. They're just two singles guys that were pushed together, that were clamped together, whatever you want to call it here. But it is cool to see a new team that is going to challenge for these titles, because every other team in that match, I'm pretty sure, has already challenged for these titles. Doesn't even have to be with the Wyatt Six. It's just they challenge for the titles in general against anybody. Whoever held the titles, the rest of the teams besides them have already challenged for these belts. So it is cool to see a team that has not challenged for these belts go up at them. It's going to be interesting, man. I feel like that could potentially be a good match next week, but we will have to wait and see. But man, like I said, this match was an absolute heater. It was awesome. I loved it. I love action-packed matches, and therefore I freaking love this one. I will say, though, I was kind of hoping Fraxium would have won, but I'm not even mad. The overall match was just awesome, and I'm kind of hyped. It's kind of cool to see, Andrade and Rey Fenix advance, man. I can't lie. But what a heater this match was, man, honestly. So freaking awesome. All right, and what another banger segment, man. This segment had me going, man. My actual reaction to at least a good almost 3 minutes of this segment was on YouTube Shorts, so you can go check that out. But man, we had the John Cena and Cody Rhodes contract signing for their match for the WWE Undisputed Championship at SummerSlam, man. And holy John's case, Cody Rhodes comes out and he's talking about how he never flinched at all in any of his matches until John Cena at WrestleMania 41. He flinched and he lost the WWE Undisputed Championship. And then we had Cena come out, and I genuinely thought Cena was serious. He legitimately looked pretty damn serious. He came out, he did his normal entrance. That's, he did all that. But when he came to the ring, picked up the microphone, he's like, guys, serious. I thought he was genuinely serious, man. I was like, what the hell is happening? But no, he was not. I don't know if he was serious or not. Actually, I still don't know if he was serious or not. But he came out, but then once he got done saying, this is serious, he said, I won't be able to compete at WrestleMania. Or sorry, I won't be able to compete at SummerSlam. I won't be able to put the title on the line. Cody, if we can still do your match, just maybe at Clash in Paris or Clash at Paris. But that whole time, I was like, yo, are we getting Final Boss or are we getting Brock Lesnar? Because it was one of the two, man. I thought we were for sure getting Final Boss or we were getting Brock Lesnar, but no. So John Cena walked out. He was going back up to the ramp, going back to the backstage. Cody Rhodes took off the vest, went straight after Cena, and brought him back to the ring, beat him up, and then went to the top rope with the contract and put Cena through the contract signing table. And then he did the unthinkable. He grabbed the contract, he grabbed the marker, he grabbed the pen, whatever you want to call it. He put it in Cena's hand and he signed that bitch. Let's go, bro. So it is official at SummerSlam. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Let's freaking go. But man, what a banger segment this was. If you did enjoy this SmackDown recap, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. My socials are in the description of this video. Hope you enjoyed, but without further ado, I'm out. Peace.